The United Earth Space Force vessel Constellation floated in the emptiness of space. Its metal hull gleamed under the distant starlight. Captain Henry Martinez stood on the bridge, his hands clasped behind his back as he stared at the main screen. "They're coming, sir," said Communications Officer Lisa Wright. Her fingers moved quickly across her control panel. "The Zardaxian ship will be here in 5 minutes." Captain Martinez nodded. This was humanity's first contact with an advanced alien civilization. After years of sending signals into space, someone had finally answered. The crew felt both excited and nervous. "All systems ready, Captain," reported Chief Engineer Samantha Blackwell. She had worked day and night to make sure the Constellation was in perfect condition for this historic meeting. Martinez looked around at his crew. "Remember, we represent all of Earth today. Let's make a good impression." The bridge fell silent as a massive shadow appeared on the screen. The Zardaxian ship moved into view, and several crew members gasped. It was enormous, at least 5 times larger than the Constellation *. Its strange purple metal surface had no visible windows or doors, just smooth curves that seemed to bend the light around it. "They're hailing us, sir," said Wright. "On screen," ordered Martinez, straightening his uniform. The screen flickered to life, showing the interior of the alien vessel. 3 tall, thin beings with blue-gray skin stood before them. Their large, oval-shaped heads had 4 eyes each, blinking in an unsettling pattern. "Greetings from Earth," Martinez said with a slight bow. "I am Captain Henry Martinez of the United Earth Space Force. We come in peace and friendship." The middle alien stepped forward. "I am Commander Vexthar of the Zardaxian Alliance." His voice sounded mechanical through the translation system. "We have observed your transmissions for some time. Your species is younger than most we encounter." Lisa Wright, who also served as the diplomatic officer, moved to stand beside Martinez. "We are eager to learn and share knowledge with your people, Commander." The aliens exchanged looks that seemed almost amused. "Perhaps," said Vexthar, "we will board your vessel to discuss terms of interaction." Within 20 minutes, the Zardaxian delegation arrived on the Constellation *. They walked with a strange, gliding motion that made them seem more like they were floating than walking. In the ship's conference room, Martinez and his team presented information about Earth and human achievements. Samantha Blackwell proudly displayed images of Earth's newest technologies: the fusion reactors, the quantum computers, the medical nanobots. But instead of being impressed, the aliens merely nodded politely. "Quaint," said one of the Zardaxians, examining a hologram of Earth's most advanced engine design. "We mastered such primitive propulsion systems thousands of years ago." Blackwell's face flushed with anger, but she kept quiet. Commander Vexthar gestured casually. "Your species shows promise, but you are far behind the galactic standard. We could offer you protection as a developing world." "Protection?" Martinez asked. "From what?" "There are many dangers in space," Vexthar replied. "Many species far less accommodating than we are. Our shields and weapons are beyond your comprehension." To demonstrate, one of the Zardaxians activated a small device. A glowing energy shield appeared around him. "Our personal shields can stop any energy weapon. Our ships are protected by multiple layers of similar technology." Lieutenant Alan Jackson, watching from the corner, narrowed his eyes. He noticed the aliens focused entirely on energy-based systems. They never mentioned physical projectiles or kinetic weapons. After hours of talks, the Zardaxians presented their offer. Earth would provide raw materials and become part of their trade network, but would have no say in galactic politics. In return, the Zardaxians would protect Earth and share some of their lesser technologies. "This is hardly a fair arrangement," Martinez said firmly. "We came hoping for an equal partnership." Vexthar's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. "Equal? Your technology is thousands of years behind ours. Be grateful for our generosity. Many species would simply take what they want from your planet." As the aliens departed, Martinez and his crew stood in stunned silence. What had begun as a hopeful first contact had turned into a thinly veiled threat. "They think we're helpless," Blackwell said through clenched teeth. Lieutenant Jackson stepped forward. "Maybe that's not such a bad thing, sir. They've completely overlooked our railgun technology. Did you notice? They only talked about energy shields stopping energy weapons." Martinez looked thoughtful. "Send a message to Admiral Carter. We need to report everything, especially what they didn't pay attention to." Admiral Denise Carter frowned as she watched the recording from the Asterisk Constellation Asterisk's meeting with the Zardaxians for the third time. The large screen in Earth headquarters showed the alien commander's dismissive expressions clearly. "Rewind to the part about their shields again," she ordered. The video jumped back, showing the Zardaxian activating his personal shield. "Our personal shields can stop any energy weapon. Our ships are protected by multiple layers of similar technology." She paused the video and turned to face the room. 20 of Earth's top military and scientific minds sat around a long table. Maps of known space glowed on the walls, with the newly marked Zardaxian territory highlighted in red. "They think we're helpless children," Admiral Carter said. "Captain Martinez reports they've given us 1 month to accept their protection agreement." Peter Calloway, Earth's head military strategist, stood up. He was a tall man with short gray hair and serious eyes. "Their arrogance might be our advantage. They clearly don't see us as a threat." "What do we know about these Zardaxians?" asked Secretary Kim from the United Earth government. "Are they the biggest power out there?" A hologram appeared in the center of the table, showing various colored regions of space. Dr. Valerie Ortiz, the lead xenoanthropologist, pointed to different sections. "From what the Zardaxians told us, they're not the strongest alien group, but they control important trade routes near our solar system. There are at least 5 other major powers." She pointed to a large purple section. "The Galactic Coalition seems to be the largest, with the Mithridian Conclave close behind." "Have any of these aliens visited Earth before the Zardaxians?" Secretary Kim asked. "Not officially," Dr. Ortiz replied. "But there are signs some may have observed us from a distance." Gregory Winters, the weapons specialist, cleared his throat. Everyone turned to look at him. He was younger than most people in the room, with bright eyes that showed his excitement. "Admiral, I've been studying the data on their shield technology. Their systems are impressive against lasers, plasma, and other energy weapons. But there's no evidence they can stop high-velocity physical projectiles." "You mean like bullets?" asked Secretary Kim. "More like our railgun technology," Winters explained. "The Zardaxians seem focused entirely on energy-based weapons. They've never mentioned kinetic weapons once in any conversation." Admiral Carter nodded slowly. Lieutenant Jackson on the Asterisk Constellation Asterisk noticed the same thing. "So what are you suggesting?" Dr. Catherine Reeves asked. She was the lid shield expert for Earth's defense systems. "That we could actually hurt them with our primitive technology." "Exactly," Winters said. "Their shields might be calibrated only for energy attacks, not physical ones." Dr. Reeves looked thoughtful. "It's possible. Any shield that blocks physical objects requires different principles than ones designed for energy weapons, if they never developed serious kinetic weapons." "But their ship is huge," Secretary Kim pointed out. "Even if we could penetrate their shields, what good would it do?" Peter Calloway stepped forward again. "We don't need to destroy them. We just need to show them we're not defenseless." A demonstration. Admiral Carter walked to the center of the room. "The Zardaxians mentioned other species they've protected. I suspect those are really subjugated worlds. I will not let Earth become another colony in their collection." She turned to Winters. "How fast can we weaponize our most advanced railgun system?" "The prototype at the Appalachian facility could be ready in 3 weeks," he replied. "It's designed to launch satellites, but with modifications, it could fire a projectile at unprecedented speeds." "And the Asterisk Constellation Asterisk, could it be fitted with a smaller version?" Carter asked. Winters nodded. It would be tight, but possible. We'd have to hide it within the ship's existing structure. Admiral Carter looked around the room. I want options on my desk in 48 hours. If the Zardaxians want a response in 1 month, we'll give them one they won't forget. As the meeting ended, Dr. Reeves approached Winters. If you're right about their shields, this could change everything. But if you're wrong, Winters finished her thought. Then Earth becomes just another protected planet, another colony. Let's make sure that doesn't happen, Admiral Carter said, overhearing them. Project Longshot begins now. Deep beneath the Appalachian Mountains, the secret facility hummed with activity. Hundreds of scientists and engineers worked around the clock. Giant screens showed diagrams of the most advanced railgun ever built by humans. The project name Longshot glowed on each screen. Chief Scientist Marcus Powell walked through the busy main hall. He was a man in his 50s with tired eyes, but a determined expression. He entered the test chamber where a massive railgun prototype pointed down a 2-mile underground tunnel. How are the modifications coming? He asked. Engineer Eric Donovan looked up from his work. Sweat covered his face. We've increased the power by 300% since yesterday, but the projectile keeps melting from the heat and friction. Powell nodded. That's why I called in Olivia Ramirez. On cue, a woman in her 30s entered the room. She carried a metal case. I think I have your solution, gentlemen, she said, placing the case on a table. She opened it to reveal a small cone-shaped object that glinted like polished metal. This is a tungsten carbide composite with a carbon ceramic coating, she explained. It can withstand temperatures 3 times higher than your previous projectiles. Donovan picked it up, surprised by its weight. Will it hold together at the speeds we need? It should, Ramirez said, but there's only one way to find out. The 3 scientists spent the next 12 hours preparing for the test. Their goal was to launch the projectile at a fraction of light speed, faster than any human-made object had ever traveled. In the control room above the test chamber, Powell spoke into the communication system. All personnel clear the tunnel. Test firing in 5 minutes. Ramirez looked nervous. If this works, we'll have a weapon that can pass through Zardaxian shields. If it doesn't, then we'll try again, Powell said firmly. Failure is not an option. Earth's future depends on this. The countdown began. Massive capacitors charged with enough energy to power a small city. The air in the facility felt electric. 3, 2, 1. Fire, called Donovan. A blinding flash erupted from the railgun. The entire mountain seemed to shake. For a split second, the projectile was visible as a streak of light down the tunnel. Then it was gone. Did it work? Ramirez asked. Donovan checked the sensors. Projectile maintained integrity. Speed at exit point, 0.08 c. He looked up with wide eyes. That's 8% of the speed of light. Powell allowed himself a small smile. Now for the real test. The team moved to another room where a screen showed a feed from a space station. The station monitored a small asteroid that had been placed in orbit specifically for this test. Impact in 3 seconds, announced a technician. On the screen, the asteroid suddenly shattered into thousands of pieces. There was no explosion, no flash of light, just complete destruction as the high-speed projectile passed through it like it wasn't even there. The room erupted in cheers. Powell raised his hands for quiet. This is just the beginning. Now we need to miniaturize this system to fit on the asterisk constellation asterisk. And we need to be able to control the damage, not just destroy targets. At that moment, the door opened. A tall woman with dark hair entered. Everyone in the room fell silent. Who are you? Powell demanded. This is a restricted area. The woman smiled slightly. My name is Nora. I represent the Galactic Coalition. Powell's mouth fell open. You're not human. I've been living among humans for 15 years, she said. My people have been watching Earth for a long time. We've been hoping you might become useful allies against the Zardaxians, Donovan asked. Nora nodded. They've been expanding their territory too quickly, taking worlds that don't belong to them. She looked at the screen showing the destroyed asteroid. We can help you refine your weapon. Make it more precise. Powell looked suspicious. Why would you help us? The Zardaxians have forgotten an important lesson, Nora said. Never underestimate a species that had to fight its way to the top of its own food chain. She opened her hand, revealing a small crystal. This contains information about Zardaxian shield frequencies. It will help you target their weak points. Powell hesitated, then took the crystal. Does this mean Earth is now part of your conflict with the Zardaxians? Nora shook her head. It means you now have a choice about your future. The Zardaxians didn't give you that choice. As she turned to leave, Ramirez called out, Are there others like you on Earth? Nora smiled. More than you might think. Good luck with Project Longshot. The galaxy will be watching. 3 months after first contact, the Asterisk constellation Asterisk waited at the edge of the solar system. The ship looked the same on the outside, but inside, it had changed. Hidden within its hull was the miniaturized railgun system, the result of Project Longshot. Captain Henry Martinez sat in his command chair. His face showed no emotion, but his hands gripped the armrests tightly. Status report, he said. 6 alien ships approaching, replied Lieutenant Alan Jackson. 1 Zardaxian flagship, plus 5 vessels from other species. They seem to be observers. Communications officer Lisa Wright looked up from her station. The Zardaxians are hailing us. Sir. Martinez nodded. On screen. Commander Vexthar's face appeared. All 4 of his eyes blinked in sequence. Captain Martinez, the time for your answer has come. Earth must decide now. Will you accept our protection or face the consequences? Martinez kept his face neutral. We would like to discuss some changes to your proposal, Commander. Vexthar made a sound like a laugh. There will be no changes. The terms are final. We are not here to negotiate with primitives. Then perhaps we should meet in person once more, Martinez suggested, along with the representatives from the other galactic powers you've brought with you. The Zardaxian seemed surprised that Martinez knew about the other ships. Very well. A final meeting. We will come aboard your vessel in 1 hour. When the screen went dark, Martinez turned to his crew. Are we ready? In the engine room, Chief Engineer Samantha Blackwell checked the power systems one last time. Railgun is powered and hidden, Captain. No sign of it on any scans. We only get 1 shot at this, Martinez reminded everyone. If we miss, Earth becomes a colony. Communications Officer Wright monitored a secret channel. Admiral Carter confirms that defense systems across Earth are on high alert. The crystal from Nora contained valuable information. We're as ready as we can be. 1 hour later, the meeting began in the Asterisk Constellation's Asterisk conference room. Commander Vexthar entered first, followed by representatives from 5 other alien species. Some walked on 6 legs. Others floated above the ground. One looked almost human except for its green skin. Martinez welcomed them. Thank you all for coming. This is a historic moment for Earth. Vexthar placed a document on the table. Sign this agreement, and Earth will receive our protection. Refuse, and we will demonstrate our power on your largest cities. The green-skinned alien stepped forward. I am Ambassador Kelv of the Mithridian Conclave. We are here to witness this agreement and ensure it follows galactic law. Such as it is, said another alien with tentacles instead of arms. I represent the Galactic Coalition. We do not approve of how the Zardaxians expand their territory, but we cannot interfere directly. Martinez looked at each alien carefully. He wondered which ones might secretly support Earth. Before we sign anything, Commander Vexthar, could you explain what happened to the last planet that refused your protection? Vexthar's eyes narrowed. They suffered a regrettable accident with their own weapon systems. Now they are a productive mining outpost. I see, Martinez said. And would you be willing to demonstrate your ship's defensive capabilities? Just so we understand what protection we're getting." The Zardaxian seemed amused. "If you wish." He pressed a button on his wrist device. On the main screen, the Zardaxian flagship's shields became visible as a purple bubble around the massive ship. "Our shields can withstand any weapon in the known galaxy," Vexthar boasted. "Not even the Galactic Coalition's main fleet could penetrate them." Martinez nodded to Wright, who sent a coded message to Blackwell in the engine room. "Actually, Commander," Martinez said, standing up straight, "we must respectfully decline your offer of protection." Vexthar's face darkened. "Then you have chosen destruction. We will begin with this ship as an example to your planet." "Before you do that," Martinez said calmly, "Earth would like to offer one demonstration of our own." Vexthar laughed. All four of his eyes blinked in a wave. "A demonstration? What could primitives like you possibly demonstrate to us?" The other alien representatives shifted uncomfortably. The tension in the room was thick enough to cut with a knife. Martinez smiled slightly. "Just a small example of human technology, something you might have overlooked." He turned to the main screen. "Lieutenant Jackson, please highlight the Zardaxian ship's main weapons array." On the screen, a section of the massive Zardaxian ship was circled in red. "That's their primary weapons system," Martinez explained to the alien representatives, "capable of destroying the city from orbit, according to Commander Vexthar's earlier boasts." Vexthar crossed his arms. "Are you threatening us, human? Your entire planet doesn't have enough firepower to scratch our shields." "Not a threat," Martinez said calmly. "Just a demonstration." He pressed a button on the table. "Chief Engineer Blackwell, you may fire when ready." In the engine room, Samantha Blackwell's hands flew over the controls. The hidden railgun powered up silently. Energy built up in the massive capacitors hidden throughout the ship. "Targeting locked," she reported. "Firing in 3, 2, 1. The constellation shuddered slightly. There was no visible beam, no flash of light. Just a single, solid tungsten carbide projectile accelerating to a fraction of light speed in an instant. On the screen, nothing seemed to happen for a second. Then suddenly, a small hole appeared in the purple shield around the Zardaxian ship. A moment later, a precise explosion bloomed exactly where the weapons array had been highlighted. Vexthar's face showed complete shock. His 4 eyes widened all at once. "Impossible," he gasped. The alien representatives burst into excited chatter. The green-skinned Mithridian looked especially impressed. "What just happened?" demanded the floating alien representative. Martinez stood tall. "We just fired a single projectile from our railgun. It passed through the Zardaxian shields as if they weren't there and disabled their main weapons array." He turned to face Vexthar directly. "We could have aimed at your life support systems or power core. We chose not to. This is not a declaration of war, but a demonstration that humans are not defenseless." The representative from the Galactic Coalition moved forward, tentacles waving. "A kinetic weapon. At that velocity." There was newfound respect in its voice. Most species abandoned such technology thousands of years ago, when energy shields became common. Humans never stopped developing all types of technology, Martinez explained. "While you focused on energy weapons and shields, we continued to improve our projectile weapons." On the screen, the Zardaxian ship's crew could be seen rushing around in panic. Secondary systems were coming online to compensate for the damaged weapons array. "You?" Vexthar was shaking with rage. "You have committed an act of war." "No," Martinez said firmly. "We defended ourselves against a threatened attack. The representatives here can witness that you threatened to destroy our cities if we didn't submit." The Mithridian ambassador nodded. "The human speaks truth, Vexthar. They showed remarkable restraint. They could have destroyed your vessel." Natalie Franklin, who had been monitoring communications, spoke up. "Captain, we're getting signals from the other alien ships. 3 of them are requesting permission to send representatives to Earth for immediate diplomatic talks. Martinez smiled. It seems the galactic community is suddenly interested in what humans have to offer. Vexthar backed away. This isn't over, humans. The Zardaxian Alliance does not forget insults. Neither does Earth, Martins replied. Remember that the next time you consider threatening us. As the Zardaxians stormed out, the other alien representatives moved closer to Martinez. Tell us more about this railgun technology, the coalition representative said. Perhaps we have been too quick to dismiss physical projectiles. Martinez nodded to Franklin. Open a channel to Earth. Tell Admiral Carter that the demonstration was successful. The galactic landscape has just changed dramatically. 2 weeks after the demonstration, Earth was a different place. Ships from various alien civilizations orbited the planet. Their representatives met with human leaders in a specially built conference center in Geneva. Defense Secretary William Boyd led the human diplomatic team. He was a serious man with graying hair and a firm handshake. Today, he sat across from Ambassador Kelv of the Mithridian Conclave. Your railgun technology is impressive, Kelv said. His green skin shimmered under the lights. We would like to propose a genuine alliance, not the fake protection the Zardaxians offered. Boyd nodded. We're open to real partnerships, but Earth will remain independent. Across the room, other meetings took place. Scientists exchanged information. Military officials discussed defense strategies. For the first time, humans were being treated as equals in the galactic community. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., Admiral Denise Carter met with the heroes from the Asterisk constellation Asterisk, Captain Martinez, Chief Engineer Blackwell, and Lieutenant Jackson stood at attention in her office. You've changed everything, Admiral Carter said. The Zardaxians have withdrawn their ultimatum. 3 major galactic powers are offering trade agreements, all because of one well-placed shot. Martinez smiled slightly. The team at Project Longshot deserves most of the credit. We just delivered the message. Speaking of Project Longshot, Admiral Carter said, Dr. Powell has made an interesting discovery. She activated a screen on the wall. Doctor, please explain what you found. Marcus Powell appeared on the screen. He looked tired but excited. We've analyzed data from our shot and from information provided by our new allies. It seems most advanced civilizations abandoned kinetic weapons thousands of years ago. They put all their energy into developing better shields against energy weapons. They forgot the basics, Blackwell said. Exactly, Powell nodded. When energy shields became common, they stopped worrying about physical projectiles. Our primitive technology was actually our greatest advantage. Admiral Carter switched the screen to show plans for new ships. We're building 3 more vessels with advanced railgun systems. The Asterisk constellation Asterisk will be refitted as our flagship. And the Zardaxians? Jackson asked. Will they adapt their shields to stop our projectiles? They're trying, Carter said. But according to our allies, it will take years. Their entire defensive technology is built around stopping energy weapons. In orbit above Earth, Olivia Ramirez and Eric Donovan floated in an observation pod, looking down at the blue planet below. Next to them hovered the alien called Nora from the Galactic Coalition. Your crystal was very helpful, Ramirez said to her. It allowed us to target their ship perfectly. Nora nodded. The Zardaxians have been bullying smaller worlds for too long. The Coalition couldn't act directly without starting a war. But now, she smiled, now the balance of power has shifted. Donovan looked suspicious. So you used us. You wanted someone to stand up to the Zardaxians, and Earth was convenient. Not just convenient, Nora replied. Special. Most species would have simply copied existing alien technology. Humans kept innovating in their own way. That's rare and valuable. Down in the Appalachian facility, Dr. Powell examined a new projectile design. It was smaller than the one they had fired at the Zardaxian ship, but more complex. This version can change direction mid-flight, he explained to his team. It can also carry different payloads, not just explosive, but electromagnetic pulse generators, shield disruptors, or simply increased mass for greater impact. One of the scientists looked worried. "Are we starting an arms race?" "No," Powell said. "We're ending one that started long ago." The galaxy became too comfortable with their energy shields. They forgot that sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. Back in Geneva, Secretary Boyd shook hands with 6 different alien representatives. Cameras flashed as they signed the first genuine treaties between Earth and galactic civilizations. "Earth welcomes friendship with all peaceful species," Boyd announced. "We look forward to joining the galactic community as equals, not subjects." As the aliens applauded, he added quietly, "And we will always remember that peace comes through strength, and innovation comes from never forgetting your roots." 1 year later, Earth had changed beyond recognition. Ships from a dozen alien civilizations visited regularly. Human technology advanced rapidly thanks to fair exchanges with their new allies. 3 new Earth ships joined the Asterisk constellation Asterisk in space, all equipped with the next generation of railgun technology. At the Kennedy Space Center, thousands of people gathered for the launch of Earth's newest and largest vessel. The ship's sleek hull gleamed in the morning sun. Its name, Asterisk Defiance Asterisk, was painted in bold letters on the side. Admiral Henry Martinez, recently promoted from captain, stood on the stage. Next to him, Chief Engineer Samantha Blackwell and Dr. Marcus Powell waited for their turn to speak. 1 year ago, Martinez began, "Humanity stood alone. We faced threats from an advanced civilization that saw us as primitives. Today, we stand as equals in the galactic community." The crowd cheered. Among them were hundreds of aliens from friendly civilizations. They had come to witness this historic moment. "The Asterisk Defiance Asterisk represents human ingenuity," Martinez continued. "It combines our railgun technology with compatible systems from our allies. It will serve as Earth's flagship as we explore deeper into space." After the ceremony, Martinez met with Admiral Carter in a private room. She handed him a data tablet. "Congratulations on your promotion, Admiral Martinez," Carter said. "The Asterisk Defiance Asterisk is now yours to command." Martinez looked surprised. "I thought you would take command." Carter shook her head. "You earned it. Besides, I'm needed here. The Galactic Coalition has invited Earth to join as a full member. I'll be leading those negotiations." On the other side of the world, Eric Donovan and Olivia Ramirez received the Nobel Prize for their work on the railgun projectile. The judges called it the technology that changed humanity's future. "We just built on centuries of human innovation," Ramirez said in her acceptance speech. "Our ancestors never stopped improving physical projectiles, even when energy weapons seemed more advanced. Sometimes the old ways are still valuable." In orbit above Earth, Alan Jackson, now Captain Jackson, prepared his ship for its first mission. The Asterisk Horizon Asterisk was smaller than the Asterisk Defiance Asterisk, but faster. Its mission was to establish the first human colony on a planet in the Alpha Centauri system. "Course set, Captain," his navigator said. Jackson nodded. "Take us out. Slow and steady." As his ship moved away from Earth, Jackson thought about how much had changed. Just 1 year ago, he had been a lieutenant observing the Zardaxians. Now he commanded his own ship, heading to the stars. At the United Nations in New York, Secretary Boyd met with a surprising visitor. Commander Vexthar of the Zardaxian Alliance had requested a private meeting. "Your demonstration was impressive," Vexthar admitted. His usual arrogance was gone. "The Zardaxian Alliance wishes to establish proper diplomatic relations with Earth." Boyd raised an eyebrow. "Not offering protection anymore." "No," Vexthar said. "We have learned that appearances can be deceiving. Primitive does not mean weak." "A fair observation," Boyd replied. "Earth is open to diplomatic relations with all peaceful civilizations, including the Zardaxians." As they shook hands, Vexthar awkwardly using the human gesture, Boyd added, "We have much to learn from each other, and much to teach." That evening, Admiral Martinez stood on the observation deck of the Defiance as it prepared for its maiden voyage. The Earth looked beautiful from orbit, a blue jewel against the blackness of space. Nora from the Galactic Coalition joined him. "You've come far in a short time," she said. "We had good teachers," Martinez replied, "and we never forgot our own strengths." Nora's expression became serious. "You'll need those strengths. There are dangers in the galaxy that even the Coalition fears. Strange signals from the galactic core. Unexplored regions where ships disappear. That's why we're going out there," Martinez said. "To explore, to learn, and if necessary, to defend." As the Defiance moved away from Earth, its powerful engines glowing blue, Martinez gave the order that would begin humanity's true journey into the stars. "All ahead full. Let's show the galaxy what humans can do."